name's Whitney. I'm Director of Women's Health for Rehab United. I'm here today to talk a little bit about what the Women's Health program includes and then make some recommendations for you if you think that these are some services that may benefit you. For the Women's Health program, we look at a couple different things. I specialize in treating patients that have pelvic pain or incontinence. That's the involuntary loss of urine or fecal matter. So if that's something that you're experiencing, please give us a call, schedule yourself for an evaluation. During this evaluation, we'll be in a private treatment room so we can openly discuss the symptoms that you're having, whether there's pain associated with your condition or if it is just a functional loss that you are experiencing. In addition to treating pelvic pain and incontinence, I also work with women after mastectomy if they're experiencing pain in the upper quarter, so that's either breast, thoracic spine, or shoulder pain with scar tissue related to mastectomy or reconstructive surgery or radiation treatment that can damage some of the tissue integrity. With women's health, there's also a big concern for pregnancy-related conditions. So with pregnancy, it's not uncommon to have hip, low back, mid-back, or abdominal discomfort. It may also be that you're noticing some of that stress incontinence, a loss of urine with laugh, cough, sneeze, or increased activity if you are a CrossFitter with your box jumps or your double unders, or if you're a runner while you're out and running. So while those things are out there and they commonly occur, I really discourage people from thinking that those are normal occurrences. Just because something commonly occurs does not mean that it is something that is acceptable to us. It's the same as having an ACL tear for a football player. It happens commonly. We all know about it. We hear about it happening with our Chargers all the time. However, just because it occurs frequently doesn't mean that that's what's supposed to happen. So the same as we look at altered mechanics leading to those type of injuries, altered mechanics, loss of range of motion, loss of strength, poor movement patterns can put you at risk for hip, low back, and upper back pain with pregnancy or in that postnatal period where you're caring for your new child. Hey guys, so we're going to talk a little bit about changes that occur normally with pregnancy. Again, I say normally, this is not an optimal change. However, posture does change when you are growing a human being inside of you. So pregnant women are going to tend to, as the stomach starts to get larger, they're going to tend to arch their back and let the hips come forward. Typically with their breasts getting a little bit heavier, they're going to be arched downwards. So this is not going to be a great posture for us to be in. You can already see it's not very flattering as opposed to being more upright. So with that change, you're also going to change the way that you walk. You're going to lose some hip extension and you're going to do a little bit more of a waddle. So you see pregnant women starting to toe out a little bit, increase their base of support to make themselves safer while they're walking. Unfortunately, when that happens, they lose a lot of their normal kind of this waddle going. So two ways that you can prevent that waddle from occurring are getting a good stretch at the hip flexors. So utilizing the true stretch, which we love here at Rehab United. We're going to do a quick hip flexor stretch. So the first thing you're going to do is either using a wedge like we have here in the clinic or using a rolled up towel underneath the heel. We're going to slightly toe in at your back foot. Front foot is going to come forward onto a platform, or if you're at your home, this could be a doorway, it could be a staircase and your foot's on the second or third stair. From this position, we're going to shift our weight forward into the front leg, keeping the trunk up high and keeping our tail tucked under. So you get a nice stretch in the front of that back leg. For me, this is my left leg. From that position, we're going to reset, come back forward. This time I'm going to reach both hands over towards one side, let my pelvis turn with me a little bit. And this time I'm going to go both hands over to that right side. So I'm going to work my way around to each of those three positions 5 to 10 times to get a nice hip flexor stretch. Now, if you're having any pain or discomfort with that, we do recommend that you cease the activity and come in and see us, and we can try and problem shoot that activity for you. Another recommendation to try and get the outside of the hip to get a little bit better stretch and also improve the way that you're walking. We're going to do an IT band stretch. So again, this could be a stairwell, staircase, or a door frame. I'm going to put my left foot down on the bottom for support, and my right foot's going to cross over slightly in front. Depending on how comfortable I am, I may hold on with both hands and shift my left hip out to the left side, really just trying to get my hip to move as far as I can towards the left but I'm not letting my shoulder collapse, and I'm not just leaning over to the side. So really looking at trying to let the hip go out to the side. If that feels okay, then you can use that left hand and reach overhead at the same time and deepen that stretch. And again, I'm going to go for about 5 to 10 repetitions of that, and hopefully that will have our pregnant ladies walking straight ahead, getting good hip extension and getting good weight shift onto their front leg. Again, this is Whitney from Rehab United. Thank you so much for watching our video.